Donald Trump's rough week just got rougher, and a heck of a lot weirder. Par for the course at this point, isn't it? Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Donald Trump is having a rough week. First, his big, beautiful budget bill stalled in Congress. His cabinet is currently embarrassing themselves in congressional hearings. CNN broke the story that he solicited a jet from Qatar, which could break the law. His FEMA is inept at helping Americans affected by the tornadoes in the Midwest. And now, people are questioning his sanity. Again. For more on all this, see the other videos here on the channel. Before we get to this story, though, we need some context. Remember when Trump's cabinet demanded he take a cognitive ability test in his first term?
I took a test. I said to the doctor, it was Dr. Ronnie Jackson, I said, is there some kind of a test, an acuity test? And he said there actually is, and he named it, whatever it might be. And it was 30 or 35 questions. The first questions are very easy. The last questions are much more difficult. Like a memory question, it's like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV. So they say, could you repeat that? So I said, yeah. So it's person, woman, man, camera, TV. Okay, that's very good. If you get it in order, you get extra points. Okay, now he's asking you other questions, and then 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes later, they say, remember the first question? Not the first, but the 10th question? Give us that again. Can you do that again? And you go person, woman, man, camera, TV. If you get it in order, you get extra points.
That clip, of course, became a viral sensation. I'm quite partial to the version mashing it up with the song Cell Block Tango from the musical Chicago. Now, it may be time for Trump to take another cognitive test. Stay with me here. Yesterday, regarding President Biden's cancer diagnosis, Trump said this.
Do you want to respond to President Biden being diagnosed with cancer? Are you going to call your predecessor?
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. I just had my physical. You saw that. You saw the results of that particular test. I think that test is standard to pretty much anybody getting a physical, good physical. We had the doctors at the White House and over at Walter Reed, which is a fantastic hospital, do it. I did a very complete physical, including cognitive test. I'm proud to announce I aced it. Got them all. I got them all right. You proud of me? Yes. Your husband would be proud of me for getting them all right. It's a little risk. If I didn't get them all right, these people would be after me. It would be not a good situation. But I think, frankly, anybody running for president should take a cognitive test. They say it's unconstitutional, but I would say in that particular case, having a cognitive test wouldn't be so bad.
Which brings us to today's little mishap. While getting his behind powdered by invertebrate House Speaker Mike Johnson, Trump delivered a few predictably false and wild remarks to reporters. But that isn't the strange bit. As he tried to leave the press conference, this happened.
Big hug. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
So did you notice that? Here, let's look at it again. Can you show it again?
Big hug. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, Mike Johnson just had to stop the President of the United States from walking into a wall. Why is that important? Well, apart from the fact that it's generally unproductive to walk into walls, and the embarrassment that entails, there's another reason this should upset people of all political persuasions. I'm reminded of the story of Gene Roddenberry. In case you're unfamiliar, he created a little show called Star Trek back in the 60s. In his final years, while working on Star Trek The Next Generation, Roddenberry showed some similar symptoms to what Donald Trump is doing right now. Forgetfulness, confusing who he was talking to, giving contradictory answers to questions, and, at one point, walking into a wall during a writers' meeting. Just like Trump just did. It has since come to light that Roddenberry was suffering from a series of TIAs, or mini-strokes. Like Trump, Roddenberry was overweight and did not maintain a healthy diet. He was also surrounded by sycophants that went out of their way to hide his deteriorating mental state. It's a sad story. Eventually, Roddenberry surrendered his duties on the show to others, retired, and passed away shortly thereafter. Which brings us back to Trump and the real seriousness of this moment. We all know Trump's report of having the build of Hugh Jackman is nonsense. He's shorter than he likes to project and obviously overweight, and he eats so much fast food that the Saudis had a portable McDonald's brought in for his trip last week. We need to ask the question if he is mentally competent to serve, and if not, who is covering for him? Who is actually driving this ship? If you're thinking no one, you're not alone. It would explain the recent icebergs like tariff wars and breakdown of peace talks we've recently collided with. Donald Trump is not well. It's time to ask serious questions and get factual answers about his health and what this will mean for the coming years. This was Occupy Democrats.